Welcome to all you Geminis. Welcome to your monthly horoscope, your general horoscope for Gemini for April 2014. A very exciting month, probably the most exciting month of the year. But I think for Geminis, it's a very nice month. It could be a very unusual month and a month where a lot is happening. And normally, unless you have a very strong Saturn or more planets in earth signs, normally Geminis do like that a lot of things are happening. Because you are a mutable sign. And so what is going on? I'm going to talk about three things. I'm going to talk about Mercury conjunct Uranus, I'm going to talk about the Grand Cross, and I'm going to talk about Venus in Pisces, which is softening all this erratic energy of the Grand Cross and the eclipses. Now the eclipses, I have made a separate video for those of you who want to know a bit more about the eclipse. The most important message of this whole eclipse is the following: don't jump the conclusions. So it's very important for a Gemini because it has to do with communication, it has to do with information, it has to do with ideas. So whatever information you're getting, whatever ideas you're having, don't jump the conclusions. So you're warned there. So I hope that will do, because that's the energy of the eclipse. It's very nervous energy going on actually. But if you take your time to make your conclusions, and I'll talk about in a minute what it's all about, then you will do fine. Now, let's start with your ruler, Mercury. Your ruler is having a very unusual time because it starts with the trigger with Uranus bang on your ruler in Aries. This is very important for you because you are Mercury, which means that a lot of Geminis, a lot of unusual stuff is going on, a lot of stuff that you want to liberate yourself from. Because Uranus, in a negative way, it's about detachment. But why? Because Uranus, it only detaches itself from something or a situation or a person when it feels trapped, when it feels that it has no possibility to move. In other words, when it feels really having no individuality at all. So that is a certain part of your life, and probably for you Geminis, this is happening in the 11th house. What is the 11th house? This trigger of Mercury Uranus, this unusual energy, this energy that can come out of the blue and that wants total liberation at once, has to do with your 11th house. Could be friends that you say, I've had enough of them, I'm going to detach myself from them, and they're going to be, what the hell are you doing? But you have been building up. Or it could be your aspirations and your goals for the future, that you are not content about that. That you maybe maybe for some of you, you have made the wrong aspirations. So maybe you have been learning something, a course or whatever, and you say, no, this is not me, and you stop, you detach from it. And people think you're crazy, but it's because you don't feel that liberty anymore, and you have been waiting too long to not acknowledging it. Or for others, it can mean that it can relate to their work, that they have to shift something, that they have to have a new goal in life. The 11th house is about goals. And I think you Geminis will like that. Although you Geminis can rather prefer something on the short term, it is time now to look at the long term. What do you want to achieve with the things that you do on the long term? And it's now a moment that you can adjust that, especially also with the eclipse. This Mars and the Moon are together in your 5th house, of the house of self-expression, of the house of creativity. So there are changes there. For other Gemini, and I know that I'm seeing a lot of possibilities, but it's because so much is happening that it's very difficult to put this in a general horoscope. But anyways, so this Mars and the Moon in the 5th house is about you taking action, considering your own creative project. So it's about that as well, that maybe it clashes with someone else, or maybe what you want to do creatively is not exactly what you want to do. You have to dig a little bit deeper, and then you find what you truly want, and that is the liberation feeling. So whatever it is, it has to do with things that are getting in a flow, in a faster flow than you normally, and you can take advantage of that. Remember the eclipse, the warning was don't jump to conclusions. So if you wait for all the pieces of information that you have, then you can really make a change of direction, because that 11th house, which is a house of direction, is involved here. So it's quite an energetic month for the Geminis. Now, Venus also plays a role. Venus is going to be in Pisces for actually the whole month, and it's a very good Venus, and Pisces is actually your 10th house of work. So whatever is happening with this energy of I want to liberate myself, I feel trapped here, there's probably some good stuff happening when it comes to your social status, when it comes to your work, or maybe people at work or a boss or people in authority can help you out. So if you need help, ask for them, because Venus in the 10th house can mean that you are all quite more charming than ever at work, and therefore you can achieve more, and therefore maybe you can get a promotion, why not? And therefore you can get more value. You find more value when it comes to your work, and that is something that can soften all this erratic energy that is going on. So no matter what is happening with your aspirations, you still have that people support you who are in authority, or maybe when you are a bit young, it can be even your mum who supports you, or a good relationship that you have with her, and that can help you out in trying to find your way. Now the solar eclipse is happening at the very end of the month, that's why I'm not talking a lot about it, but it's in Taurus, and that is your 12th house, so it means that also a lot of you are ending up cycles, ending up certain patterns that you were not content of, or recognizing new blind spots in your own identity, and that is always a good thing. So I think you're going to like that as well. So a lot of information, but you Geminis, you can handle that. Wishing you all the best. If you want a personal reading, please get in touch, and I see you next month. Bye bye.